What would you do if your own family abandoned you during one of the most significant moments of your life? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. My roots run deep in a conservative Christian family. Everyone, from my parents to my extended relatives, was intertwined with the church, holding positions that cemented their faith as their public identity. When my then-girlfriend, Sarah, first met them, they embraced her warmly, welcoming her into our fold as if she were already one of their own. Sarah and I dated for 2 years, and our relationship blossomed beautifully. We got engaged, and shortly after, we discovered a joyous surprise: Sarah was pregnant. Wedding invitations had already been sent out, but we were unwavering in our decision to proceed with our planned date, even if it meant Sarah would be 5 months along when we walked down the aisle. The news of Sarah's pregnancy, however, ignited a firestorm within my family. Their initial warmth turned to icy fury. My parents, particularly incensed, confronted me, their voices laced with disbelief as they questioned if we still intended to go through with the wedding. I saw no reason to change our plans, but their anger only intensified. "We've always been known for our decency and good Christian values," my mother declared, her face tight with disapproval. My father echoed her sentiment, stating they weren't willing to let this stain their reputation. The stain, of course, was Sarah and me getting married while she was pregnant. They officially pulled out of the wedding, refusing any attempt at negotiation. "It is done," my father stated with chilling finality, "and you have only yourself to blame for this outcome. You should move the wedding out of town." I was devastated. The hurt cut deep as I tried desperately to change their minds, reaching out to other family members, hoping for some glimmer of support. My brother, Michael, flatly refused, saying he had no intention of looking like a joke in front of his fellow church members. My Aunt Carol, usually so vibrant, suddenly feigned illness, claiming she might not be able to make it, despite being in perfect health. My cousin, David, manufactured a sudden business trip and, to my dismay, prevented his wife and children from attending. And then there was my Uncle George, who, in a fit of rage, cursed me out, tore up my invitation, and physically kicked me out of his house. I felt utterly alone, robbed of the joyous support I had envisioned for my wedding day. The absence of my own family, their blatant abandonment, was a heavy weight. I even broke down crying after the ceremony, the emotional toll finally taking its toll. 4 months, I didn't speak to any of them, my focus shifting to the beautiful new life that had entered ours, my 4-week-old daughter, Lily. This reveals my family's greatest fatal flaw, their hypocrisy, which ultimately sealed their fate regarding a relationship with Lily. Then, out of the blue, my cousin David reached out. He came to my home, bearing gifts and well wishes for Lily, sent from the rest of the family. Without hesitation, I returned every single item. David, looking uncomfortable, sat with me, acting as their emissary. He argued that I shouldn't have returned the gifts, that they were from my family, who desperately wanted to see Lily and, hopefully, be involved in her life. He even said that my mother, Eleanor, was longing to meet her grandchild, and everyone else was eager to visit soon to celebrate Lily's arrival. I looked him squarely in the eye and asked a question that hung heavy in the air. Wasn't my daughter the very reason why the entire lot of them abandoned my wedding? David just stared grudgingly, his usual composure faltering. I continued, my voice unwavering, recounting how they had treated Lily as something to be ashamed of and hidden. I emphasized that Lily, at some point, would ask about our wedding, and I had no intention of lying to her. He finally responded, his voice strained, guaranteeing that I had it all wrong. He insisted that no matter what transpired between us, I could never deny that Lily was their granddaughter, niece, and so on, and that they were her family. He then pressed me to arrange a visit for them, but I refused. He kept pushing, but I firmly shut him down. Even Sarah, surprisingly, suggested I let them come, but my resolve held firm. Many would agree with my stance. As one comment aptly put it, keep them away from your daughter. You're right, they are toxic. They went on to share a chilling anecdote. My friend has a similar thing happen, but let the family back into his life. He found out years later that the family would pull his daughter aside from when she was about 4 up until she was about 12 or 13 to tell her she was a bastard and a sinner. Awful stuff. He immediately cut off his family again when he found out, but it really fucked his daughter up for a while until he got her therapy. This only solidified my conviction. Another poignant observation resonated deeply. They chose their church facade over being supportive family members. They ruined the relationship. Now that there is a physical adorable baby they want to play with her. Nah, fam, you're still hurt. You have to give yourself time to heal, then decide if you want to rebuild a relationship with your family. Congrats on your little one and marriage. This situation truly highlights the age-old truth: actions have consequences. My family chose to prioritize their public image over love and support. The core lesson here is that protecting your family, especially your children, sometimes means drawing firm boundaries, even with those closest to you. What would you do if faced with a similar betrayal from your family?